What's going on, everybody? My name is Justin Godsey. Thank you so much for checking into the Sports Nexus. Today, guys, we're here talking about the National Football League, as there's been a lot of cuts today, and we're going to get right into it. We're going to be talking about former Detroit Lions running back Reggie Bush. Yes, I said former Detroit Lions running back Reggie Bush, as he was cut today by the Detroit Lions, and trying to keep that salary, saving that salary for the team. Now, Reggie Bush last year was pretty much plagued with injuries. You know, he missed out on 5 games last year, having 76 carries for 297 yards after coming off a very exciting 2013 campaign where he played in 14 games and he ran for 1,006 yards, and on top of that he had 4 touchdowns. I mean, Reggie Bush is not kind of like that red zone threat. I mean, he's a guy that if you have an open field ahead of him, he's ready and set to go to battle. But, you know, 2014 was just not that year for Reggie Bush. Does Reggie Bush have anything left in the tank? That's the ultimate question of what, you know, people have been asking me. Personally, I think, you know, he's been on an ultimate decline. You know, last year was, you know, that straw right there for the Detroit Lions. He missed 2 games in 2013, missing 5 in 2014, or 2013 he missed 2, 2014 he missed 5. So, you know, the injuries have really plagued Reggie Bush's, you know, career in Detroit, missing out on a total of 7 games. And those are the 7 games that the Detroit Lions could have won if Reggie Bush was a member of that squad. You know, some of those games that were very much winnable, but Reggie Bush was inactive for them. But now that Reggie Bush is now on the free agent market, he's joining a very much packed running back free agent class. What kind of, you know, what does the market kind of look like for Reggie Bush? What kind of teams could be interested? Now, I've been getting that question, you know, over the past couple of minutes, and, you know, I'm here to address that. I think there's at least 3 teams that could be interested in gaining Reggie Bush. Now, Reggie Bush could be a good fit for the Atlanta Falcons because they don't have that running back core right now. You know, they have Jaquiz Rodgers back there, but he can only do so much. That is the only prominent, him and Devontae Freeman. Those are the 2 running backs that are in the backfield right now for the Atlanta Falcons. And you know, the Atlanta Falcons need pretty much a primary, you know, every down back running back. You know, Steven Jackson is already likely on his way out. It's just a matter of time until they officially release him and put him onto the free agent market. That is yet to be done right now. You know, Steven Jackson is way beyond his prime. You know, his productiveness has completely fell down. And you know what? You know, Reggie Bush is a much younger option. You know, I give a lot of props over to Devontae Freeman. I give a lot of props over to Jaquiz Rodgers. But honestly, you know, those guys, you know, being entirely a little bit too short, they're kind of like that Darren Sproles type role. You know, a third down back. Reggie Bush can really produce at a high level if he's in every down back, including if you put him into the same kind of offense, which has a Roddy White, which has, you know, an excellent wide receiving core with Julio Jones in there as well. You know, putting in an excellent backfield, you can also put in Reggie Bush there, and I think you can see a lot of success out there. Another team that could be on the radar for Reggie Bush could potentially end up being the Carolina Panthers. You know, parting way with D'Angelo Williams just a couple of days ago. I think that this could be a prominent, you know, upgrade at the running back position. You know, I think Reggie Bush still has a lot left entering his age 30 season in 2015. He's be turning 30 on March 2nd, so that's coming up very close to the day where teams can put franchise tags on their players. So, you know, Reggie Bush could be a legitimate option for them as well. You know, another under wild card team could potentially end up being the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts could be a favorite for Reggie Bush because when you look at what they have in their backfield, Ahmad Bradshaw is not going to be there all likely. You're going to have Tipton in your backfield. You know, the running back, you know, core right now in Indianapolis is not really benefiting a whole lot for Andrew Luck. So, you know, if you bring Reggie Bush in, just to have him for the next couple of years, I know the 2015 draft class could be another option. It could go into a lot of excitement for, you know, the Indianapolis Colts because that team really does need a running back. The whole Trent Richardson experiment ultimately failed. You know, they traded, you know, so much to get Trent Richardson, but at the end of the day, Ahmad Bradshaw, an NFL veteran who we all also thought that was just gonna, you know, end up falling off the NFL radar once he got cut by the Giants, that he was not going to do anything. You know, Ahmad Bradshaw has turned everything around, and when you look at his stats with the Indianapolis Colts, you will be surprised. But the Indianapolis Colts also do have Vic Ballard in their backfield. Maybe that could be a prominent, you know, they go with him prominently. Reggie Bush can also fit in there very well. If you want that veteran running back, Reggie Bush is their guy. You know, he's about to go into his 9th year in the NFL, so we'll just have to wait and see what that team wants to do, if Reggie Bush will even be on their radar. So what are your guys' thoughts on Reggie Bush going into the free agent agent class. What teams did I miss that you think could be a good fit for Reggie Bush? Like I said, I think the Falcons, the Colts could be an option. The Carolina Panthers could be options. Make sure you guys leave your comments down below. I would love to hear from you. I love to communicate with you guys. So make sure you guys leave your comments down below. My name is Justin Godsey, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.